Hi everyone, welcome back to my astrology channel. Now today I want to talk about the full moon, the first full moon of 2025, which is occurring in the sign of Cancer on the 13th of Jan. Now before I begin my content, I just want to thank everyone for subscribing to my channel and leaving comments and likes and all that. So thank you very much. I really appreciate your contribution to my channel. Now the first full moon occurs on the 13th of January 2025 in the sign of Cancer. So the sun is in the opposite sign in the sign of Capricorn. The sun illuminates the moon because its rays fall on the moon. So it appears full in the night sky. Full moon is to do with awareness, creating awareness. It's to do with illumination, enlightenment. It's to do with understanding, revelation, realization, just overall throwing light on a situation. Now it also can lead to a culmination, because if you see a lunar cycle, it begins with a new moon and culminates with a full moon. That's the point when a moon is at its brightest. It's fully visible, so that is a time of clarity as well, of renewal as well, in a way, as a result of realization. Now obviously Cancer and Capricorn are opposing signs. Capricorn and Cancer both are cardinal sign. Cancer is a water sign and Capricorn is an earth sign, and this will lead to clarity, completion, culmination, realization, awareness, everything. Now if we take Cancer and Capricorn sign together, it is a cardinal sign. We know they're cardinal signs. So the energy it carries is that of moving things forward, starting things, initiating things. Now Cancer sign is all about home and family. It's our emotional foundation. It's the way we nurture ourselves. It's the sign that deals with our private life, our feelings, our emotional security, stability, and all that. And Capricorn on the other side deals with our public nature, our public orientation. It deals with achievements, ambition. It's all about how we are in external world. It deals with responsibilities, authority, our career aspirations, our reputation, our social status, and all that. So here, what we are trying to find a balance between is our private life and our public life. Because it's a full moon, the energies are opposing. So this also brings into focus relationships in our life, relationship with ourselves and with others, of course. So here, it's very important to find a balance, because if we are neglecting one side of the story, then we will feel imbalanced and it won't be personally fulfilling. So here, in order to bring clarity and balance, we need to embrace both sides of the story, the Cancer story and the Capricorn story, with special emphasis on the Cancer side. On wherever your Cancer sign sits in your chart, that's the house that is coming into focus during this time. That will bring clarity. Now this full moon occurs at 24 degrees in the sign of Cancer. So the moon is at 24 degrees and sun is also at 24 degrees. Now if you have personal planets or angles in a cardinal sign around this degree, then you will definitely experience the energy of this full moon personally and significantly. So go back to your natal chart and just go to the house that Cancer sign occupies and the Capricorn sign occupies, but mainly focused on the Cancer sign, and just look if there are any planets or angles close to 24 degrees. So you can take about 4 to 5 degrees on either side. So I would say it's 18 to 19 degrees of cardinal sign, all the way to 30 degrees, all the way to 30 degrees of any cardinal sign, because this energy, this full moon, will either be in conjunction or in opposition or squaring the full moon. So you need to look at your natal chart to understand which area will it affect most. Now the full moon in itself is a very heightened time. Now this full moon is extra intense because it conjuncts Mars. Now Mars is in the sign of Cancer. Now Mars first moved in the sign of Cancer in the first week of September 2024. Then it moved to the sign of Leo in the first week of November. So September and October, Mars was transiting the sign of Cancer. and then it retrograded back in the sign of Cancer early Jan 2025 and will remain in the sign of Cancer. The retrograde will remain until almost the end of Feb 2025. Now, Mars brings energy. Mars is the planet of action taking. It has this warrior energy. So wherever it goes, we spend a lot of time in that area. And Mars also brings impulsivity. It can bring aggression out. Now, it is in the sign of Cancer, which is a water sign. So here the Mars energy is not functioning at its best. Now, here what can happen is our emotion can feel repressed. We may be unable to express those emotions or handle the anxiety surrounding that. Now, this full moon will bring clarity around that. So if you have been affected personally by the Mars energy since September 2024, this full moon in the sign of Cancer on the 13th of Jan is going to bring some sort of clarity, some revelation, some understanding how to use this energy to go forward and resolve this energy, because it can bring a lot of impulsivity, reactivity, repression, suppression, all these around your Cancer energy, whichever house it occupies. So it's very important to create awareness. And also it's important to create awareness around what you're feeling is happening and what is actually happening. So it's very important to create that awareness around this full moon, and you will get clarity around this full moon, definitely. Now, this full moon is also going to oppose Pluto in the early degrees of Aquarius, which is like very close to the last degrees of Capricorn. So this will add to the intensity of this already intense full moon. Now, the full moon is also making some harmonious aspects, namely with Neptune and Uranus and the North Node. North Node moves in the sign of Pisces on the 12th of Jan. So the very next day, this full moon will be aligning harmoniously with the North Node, which is great for our growth and what we want to achieve going forward. Now, Neptune also gives imagination to this moon, to this full moon, and Uranus will give us the desire to be flexible and open-minded in our emotions, the way we convey our emotions, the way we express, the way we basically move forward with what we want in our lives going forward. So this is the full moon energy. Now I will discuss all the 12 zodiac signs and see how this full moon affects each of the 12 zodiac signs. So let's begin. Hi Aries, welcome to your full moon reading, the Cancer full moon reading. Now Aries, the Cancer full moon occurs on the 13th of January 2025, and this will be in your 4th house. Now Aries, the sun is in the sign of Capricorn and moon is in the sign of Cancer. So your 10th house and 4th house axis is illuminated during this time, with Mars also being in the sign of Cancer during this full moon. So there is a very intense energy build up in your 4th house. Now, full moon brings clarity. It brings revelations, realizations, and an opportunity to understand things and also to release energies that is not useful for our growth. Now, obviously, with the conjunction of Mars here in the sign of Cancer in your 4th house, there's a lot of energy build up. So your domestic sector, your home life, your family, your home situation, your address, your physical house, all that is in the focus during this full moon. Now, this can bring emotional closure. This can bring some sort of situation in your emotions, in your emotional foundation, or even your physical home situation, or with family members and all that, that brings some sort of ending or understanding, and that can help you move forward. Now, this may feel a little bit chaotic as well because of the Mars energy, and also Pluto is in the equation opposing in the sign of Aquarius. It's an out of sign opposition, but still there is this Plutonic energy as well. So there is a lot of intensity to this full moon. Now, here there can be family dramas, there can be emotional situation brewing up, there can be a lot of frustration as well around your emotions during this time. So it's very important to set personal boundaries around your emotions mostly. And it's very important to also reflect on what you need in order to grow, especially where your emotions and your well-being is concerned, Aries. Now, there can be some sort of endings where home and family situation is concerned. So you could be moving house, so there can be some sort of ending to home project maybe, or there can be some sort of settlement around family dispute, or you may be presented with an opportunity to find a balance where your work and your home life is concerned, because sun is in the 10th house. So here it's important not to neglect one for the other and find a work and home life balance during this time. Now, it's also important to connect or reconnect with your emotions, especially around your family situation. So you're connecting with family members, you're connecting with your home life and all that. And it's also important to take a break if you need to, because full moon can be exhausting because everything is illuminated. It's a kind of a culminating time. So there can be some sort of need to, rest and also recoup your energy and all that, and release anything that is not helpful for your growth going forward, Aries. Thank you. Hello Taurus, welcome to your Cancer full moon reading. Now Taurus, the full moon in Cancer occurs on the 13th of Jan 2025, and this is your third house. So your third house energy is in focus during this time. Now sun is in the sign of Capricorn, the opposite to Cancer. So that is your ninth house energy. So ninth and third house energy are in focus during this time. Now Mars is also in the sign of Cancer during this time. So it occupies the third house as well, along with the full moon. So the intensity around this house matter is at its peak. Now, full moon is a time of clarity and culmination and realization and awareness and all that. So this full moon is going to bring an intense understanding to your third house matter, which is to do with your thinking, the way you think, your communication style, the way you interact with others, extended family, immediate environment, your siblings and all that. So all that is coming to a culmination. Now, this can mean an end to a dispute as well, and you may be connecting with people in a healthier manner going forward, or you will have better understanding how to deal with others, especially the way you communicate and connect. Now, there's a possibility for resolution through healthy conversations, communication and all that. And there can be some sort of emotional closure as well, Taurus. So definitely if there are any disputes and all that, you can use this energy to make those changes to improve your close environment and all that. And if you're having a hard time getting your point across during this time, this full moon can really help you understand other people's emotions as well. And also it can help you communicate your own emotions as well to others. Now, full moon can feel overwhelming as well. And it's a Cancer full moon, so it can be a very emotional time. So it's very important, if you feel exhausted or overworked, to take a break and focus on what is important and just prioritize your feelings and communicate your word, express your feelings in a healthy way to others, and let others know how you feel. Now, Mars is conjunct this full moon. Mars moved in the sign of Cancer in September, the first week of September 2024, and was in the sign of Cancer until first week of November 2024, when it moved in the sign of Leo. But it retrograded back in the sign of Leo, and in January it is back in the sign of Cancer in a retrograde motion. So the energy that you experience in September and October, you may feel that energy back in the month of Jan. But it comes with a full moon, which means it comes with a clarity. So you can have more clarity around your third house matter. This can help you, release any burdens and use this Mars energy to claim your power back. So definitely it's a good time to speak your truth and set boundaries, Taurus. And also this is a good time to learn something new if you want, or go back to school or learn a new skill and all that, because third house is also the house of learning. So definitely it's a great time to communicate, connect,
release anything that's not good, set boundaries, speak your truth, and improve relationship through healthy resolution during this time. Thank you, Taurus. Hello, Geminis. Welcome to your Cancer full moon reading. Now, Geminis, the Cancer full moon occurs on the 13th of Jan 2025 in your second house. Now, the sun will be in the sign of Capricorn in your eighth house, and Mars is conjunct this full moon. So, Mars is also in your second house, all in the sign of Cancer. Now, Geminis, the full moon is a time of culmination, it's a time of revelation, realization, awareness, reflection, and also release. So here your second house energies are in focus. They are activated during this time. Now, second house is the house of your finances. It's a house of resources, possession, your money making capabilities, your assets, and also your sense of self-worth, your self-esteem, and all that. Now, Geminis, all this is going to be in focus, and you will have some sort of realization, awareness, or opportunity to reevaluate or reflect on your finances during this time, especially the way you earn money, the way you spend money, your savings, your budgeting habits, and how all this affects your sense of self-worth, your worthiness to you, to your own self, Geminis first. Now, Geminis, this full moon brings something to a culmination, especially what began with the new moon in the sign of Cancer in early July 2024. So whatever was set during that time, that has come to a sort of an ending or sort of a realization or awareness. Now, if your finances was affected, or you were paying off something, or there was a change in financial situation, or there was change in earnings, all this will come to some sort of resolution during this time, or there would be an opportunity to resolve your financial situation during this time, and that comes through reflection and finding a better way of handling your finances. Now, you do need to set a budget during this time. If you're overindulging or spending too much, there's a need to evaluate your financial situation. Now, obviously, second house also is a house of your self-worth, your own worth. So here your material and intrinsic values also in focus. So there's an opportunity to define what you own and what you don't during this time. Take stock of your own situation during this time, and that will help you grow going forward, Geminis. Now, Mars is conjunct this full moon, so there's a lot of intensity in your second house. Now, Mars moved in the sign of Cancer in the first week of September 2024 and was in the sign of Cancer until first week of November 2024. Then it moved in the sign of Leo, but then it retrograded back in the sign of Cancer, and now in January 2025 it is back in your second house, in your house of finances. So there might have been some sort of financial anxiety. Now, all that is going to come to understanding during this time with this full moon in your second house. So you're going to be very focused on what you need to feel secure, safe, and stable going forward. Your own needs are very important during this time. You need to feel stable, and this full moon is going to bring some sort of clarity. Now, this can be through pay raise or promotion or a new role or an added income stream or a business situation that is flourishing, or just better boundaries around your budgeting, your financial situation, better financial planning and all that. So it's important not to make any big purchases during this time and really have a financial plan going forward. Now, it's also important to not associate your financial situation with your sense of self-worth, worthiness, because your self-worth is not depending on what you own. Now, obviously, second house carries that energy. The self-worth comes through what you own. But second house is also the house of talent and your own money generating capabilities. So focus on that, Geminis, and do some sort of financial reflection, reevaluate your habits, your values and all that, and set long-term financial goals, and you will be able to use this full moon energy to move forward in a healthier manner where your finances are concerned. Thank you. Hello Cancer, welcome to your full moon reading. Now Cancer, the full moon occurs in your sign on the 13th of Jan 2025. So your first house energy is in focus during this time. Now Sun will be in the sign of Capricorn, which is in your 7th house. So your 7th and first house axis, which is the axis of yourself and others, will be activated. Now Cancer, the first house is a house of your identity, your personal goals, yourself, new beginnings, life direction, life path, and all that. So here this full moon illuminates all these aspects of life. Now full moon is a time of culmination. It's a time of realization, revelation, understanding, self-awareness, and all that. So with the full moon occurring in your first house, there is some sort of realization of your own personal goal, your life path, and something is coming to an end in order for something to begin. So here you are definitely embarking on new beginnings where your sense of self, your identity is concerned. And this is quite an exciting time. It can be very emotional time as well, because full moon is a time of emotional release as well. So here you're definitely more focused on your personal ways of handling things, your personal goals, your personal life direction. Now, Mars is conjunct this full moon. So here there's a lot of intensity. You will feel these emotions very strongly during this time. It's important to evaluate yourself, your life and priorities, Cancer, and focus on yourself. Now, with the Sun in the sign of Capricorn in your 7th house of relationship, this is a good opportunity to harmoniously blend your own needs with that of others. You desire more attention from others during this time as your first house energy is in focus. You are influenced by your own emotional state, and it's a good time to finish things in order to start new energies going forward. Now, Mars moved in the sign of Cancer in the first week of September 2024 and was in your sign until first week of November, when it moved in the sign of Leo. And then it retrograded, and in the month of Jan, it's back in the sign of Cancer in a retrograde motion. So Mars is energy. It's energizes wherever it goes. Now it is in a retrograde motion, so it's in a reflective mode. Now with this full moon energy, here there is an opportunity to really focus on what you want from life. Really shed old ways of thinking, of being, old behaviors, old goals, and all that, and really shed the old version of yourself and embrace new energy, new authentic way of moving forward, Cancer. Now, this is a time of personal evolution. With this full moon in the first house, you are definitely focused on your personal professional goals. You really want to redefine yourself as well. Now this can be physically as well, because first house is the house of your overall image, your health, and all that. So this can also bring some sort of image makeover or change in look or hair or anything if you want to. So definitely that energy is definitely there. Now with the Mars and the moon together in the first house, you are raring to go. There's a lot of momentum, a lot of positive energy going forward. But before that, you need to first release your old sense of self in order to embrace a new energy going forward, Cancer. Thank you. Hello Leos, welcome to your Cancer full moon reading. Now Leos, the Cancer full moon occurs in your 12th house on the 13th of January 2025. So this is a time of culmination and revelation. Full moon brings the energy of release. It's the time to reflect and realize what you need to grow in the future. Now, Sun is in the sign of Capricorn, which is your 6th house, and Moon is in the 12th house. So your 12th and 6th house energies are eliminated during this time. Now, 6th and 12th house axis is the axis of well-being. It's the axis of rest and work. It's the axis of physical health and mental health. So overall well-being is in focus during this time, Leo. Now, this is a time of slowing down, because 12th house is the house of solitude. It's the house of healing. It's a house of taking a break. It's the house of your subconscious past patterns. So you're releasing past energy, emotional baggages as well during this time. Now, spending time alone is going to bring clarity, Leos. So it's important to slow down, rest, and really spend time by yourself in order to understand what you need going forward. Now, Sun being in the sign of Capricorn in your sixth house, your work is definitely in focus. But during this full moon, there is going to be some clarity coming your way as a result of you taking a break. So it's very important to really tend to your own needs, mind, body, and spirit, Leos. Your health is crucial during this time, especially your emotional, psychological, mental health is definitely important during this time. Now, 12th house is also the house of hidden energy. So it can be hidden enemies, hidden motivations, hidden behavior. All that is in focus. So here it's important to really understand your own emotional feelings, what you feel within, what are your subconscious motivations and all that. And all this will come through, taking it slowly. Now, full moon in the 12th house can also be a very emotional time. So it's very important to close out cycles, situations, relationship, contracts, jobs, and all that is not truly aligned. Now, during this time, any subconscious issues or hidden problems from self or others can surface. So it's a good time for healing, for therapy, to express your emotions and not to suppress it. It can lead to further issues if you're not expressing your true self. So even though you need to take a break and withdraw and rest, it's important to express your emotions so that things don't become worse going forward. So do reflect and really dig deep and recharge and really get plenty of rest, sleep if you can, and also do maintain firm boundaries in order to basically have a healthy way of conducting yourself going forward. Now, Mars is also in your 12th house. Now, Mars in 12th house energy was there in September and October 2024, but then it moved back in the sign of Leo in your sign. Now in January 2025, it's back in the sign of Cancer in your 12th house in a retrograde motion. So here there's a need to charge ahead, but that will only come through reflection, realization, and taking your time to reflect and gain clarity through understanding what your true motivations are, Leos. So this can be a time of emotional release. You are releasing past emotions, memories, traumas, any energy that was holding you back. And this is going to help you heal and move forward in a healthy way, Leos. Thank you. Hello, Virgos. Welcome to your Cancer full moon reading. Now, Virgos, the Cancer full moon occurs on the 13th of Jan 2025 in your 11th house. So moon will be in your 11th house and sun in the sign of Capricorn will be in your 5th house. So your 5th and 11th house axis is activated during this full moon. Now, Mars conjuncts this full moon. So Mars will be in the sign of Cancer in your 11th house as well. Now, 11th house is the house of your community, your social circle, your friend circle, your allies, your group work, group projects, your aspirations, future hopes and wishes and all that. So with the full moon occurring in your 11th house, there's some sort of clarity, realization, understanding or culmination around your 11th house matter. Now, 11th house being the house of friendship and social circle, there can be some sort of realization or culmination around your social circle. Now, Mars is also here, so there can be some sort of drama or chaotic energy or resentment or conflicts occurring within your social circle. Now, this is a time to reflect and really understand what you need from a social circle, because the focus is a lot on friendship and just your community. So this can mean an end to a friendship situation or a group association or a group project as well. Or you could be spending less time with people you knew as friends. Or this can also mean you're spending time with supportive friends who are really there for you. So this is a good time to enjoy others' company as well. Now, Mars being here can bring this energized energy here. Now, it is in a retrograde motion. Now, Mars first moved in the sign of Cancer in September 2024, in the first week of September, and was there until the first week of November 24. Then it moved in the sign of Leo. But now in January, it is in the sign of Cancer again in a retrograde motion. Now, a retrograde Mars is a time of reflection. Now, in the sign of Cancer, Mars is not particularly in a strong position. So with this energy here in your 11th house, there can be a lot of action, or challenges around friend circle or social circle and all that, or there could be a friend that is going through a challenging situation during this time and may need your support and all that. Now this is a time obviously to offer that support, but also maintain your own well-being, your own boundaries as well if you're feeling overwhelmed. So definitely reflect on your position here in your social situation, group project, people you're surrounded with and all that. And if you think any group situation is unhealthy, do not hesitate to walk away from that. Now, definitely you will also be diving deeper into your future plans, because 11th house is the house of goals and future aspirations and all that. So you have something in mind for the future, and you are definitely working hard on that. And this full moon in the 11th house will definitely give you clarity how to proceed with what you want going forward, Virgos. Now this is a great time to also celebrate a milestone around social situation and all that. Maybe you have completed a group project, or you're more focused on what you want in the future, the gains that comes from your effort that you put in. So definitely it's more focused on group work and other people, and you're involving other people as well. Now with the sun in the sign of Capricorn, your 5th house, your own aspiration being in the limelight is definitely desired as well. But with this full moon in the 11th house, you're definitely more focused on group environment and how you can contribute to a group situation and all that, Virgos. Thank you. Hello Libras, welcome to your Cancer full moon reading. Now Libras, the Cancer full moon occurs on the 13th of Jan 2025 in your 10th house. So the sun will be in your 4th house in the sign of Capricorn, and moon is in the 10th house. So your 10th house and 4th house energies are activated during this full moon. Now 10th house is a house of career aspiration, your professional life, your business, your reputation, your legacy, your social status and all that, Libras. Now with the full moon occurring here, there's going to be some sort of clarity around your professional commitments, around your career matters, your reputation, your social status, your professional efforts, business efforts and all that. Now, if you have been feeling unfulfilled in where your career matters are going, your aspirations, your professional matters are going, this full moon here is going to bring clarity. So this is a good time to use this energy to understand what you want going forward and how you can build up your career matters, professional matters, your business and all that. So here definitely you will do something that gives you more attention, brings you in the limelight, Libras. People may want you for a job, there may be a new career direction, or if you have a business, you may feel, freshly energized to really, work on what you want, your life path, your life direction, your vocation, whatever it is. You will be feeling very energized to put that fresh new effort to push your professional aspirations forward, Libras. So definitely rethink the path you're on and evaluate your professional goals going forward. Now, social status is also a 10th house matter, your reputation and all that. So that can definitely come in focus as well during this time. So if there are any sort of situation with authority figures or career situation or just your own professional aspiration, business situation, anything of that sort, if that's in the focus during this time, this is a great time to really understand what you want going forward, set boundaries and engage in healthy conflict going forward. Now, if there are any frustrations or any situation that you're not happy about, this is a good time to bring clarity around those matters as well. Now, Mars will be in the sign of Cancer as well during this full moon. Now, Mars first moved in the sign of Cancer in September 2024 and was in the sign of Cancer until first week of November 2024 when it moved in the sign of Leo. But then it retrograded back, and in January, it's back in the sign of Cancer in your 10th house. Now, this also means there can be a lot of work. There can be a lot of stress around work. There can be You may be overworking as well, whether it's in your professional career, job, business. You may be overworking as well. So you need to also keep your emotions in mind during this time, because fourth house, the opposite house, is the house of your emotions and feelings. What do you desire? So don't ignore your emotions and your feelings and what brings you inner satisfaction. So don't ignore your emotional needs for your career aspiration. Now, obviously, you need to find a balance between your work life and your emotions during this time, so that you can experience more fulfillment, satisfaction going forward overall. Now, Libra's professional efforts are definitely highlighted during this time. So this can bring some clarity around career matter. And if you have opportunity to move your career forward during this time, do take those opportunities so that you can be on that path which helps you engage with your professional aspirations more going forward, Libras. Thank you. Hello Scorpios, welcome to your Cancer full moon reading. Now Scorpios, the full moon occurs on the 13th of Jan 2025 in your 9th house. Now the sun will be in the sign of Capricorn in your 3rd house and moon in the 9th house in the sign of Cancer. So your 3rd house and 9th house energies are activated. Now 9th house is the house of your belief system, it's the house of wider viewpoint, wider perspective, it's the house of exploration, travel, higher learning and all that. So with the full moon occurring here, there will be some sort of clarity around your belief systems, around your mindset, how you see things. This is a good time to really explore, not just physically as in traveling, but also mentally. So it's a good time to engage more in mental pursuits. It's a good time to connect with your spirituality, your faith, your belief system, and also listen to other people's viewpoint, not just your own. Because 9th house is a house of wider perspective, other people's viewpoint as well. So here it's a good time to, realize how your belief system affects yourself and others, and how it forms your opinion and affects your life, overall life satisfaction. So here it's a good time to understand your perspective and connect with others as well. And this can be very empowering as well, Scorpios. So do set boundaries definitely, and do protect your own understanding of things, but also be open to others' viewpoint. And this can also give you opportunity to understand things in a more meaningful way, Scorpios. So with this 9th house Cancer full moon, this you can also have an opportunity to take on higher learning or a writing project. This is a good time also to connect with your mind, body, and spirit. Now, obviously, with the 9th house energy, there's an opportunity to travel. So if you get an opportunity to travel during this time, this can really be useful to stretch your imagination and open you to new ideas, because as you travel, you meet new people, you experience different cultures, and that kind of helps you, understand new energies. So definitely be open to adventure, fun, learning new things and all that. And that is going to help you and open you up going forward, Scorpios. Now, Scorpios, Mars also is in the 9th house in the sign of Cancer. And Mars in the 9th house can really mean, engaging in heated conversation, heated debates and all that. Now, all this can also have a positive twist to it, because you are speaking very passionately, you're sharing ideas and also embracing other people's ideas. And all this can be very empowering. So definitely here it's important to consider other people's perspective as well, because with the Mars energy, it can lead to aggression and, resentment as well. Now, obviously it's in the sign of Cancer, so there's a possibility of suppressing your viewpoints as well. So definitely engage with other people's viewpoints, perspective, but don't compromise on your own belief systems or your own well-being, Scorpios. So with this full moon, there's an opportunity to expand your knowledge, opportunity for spiritual growth, to close old chapters that is not helping you grow, and really embrace new opportunities going forward, Scorpios. Thank you. Hello Sagittarius, welcome to your Cancer full moon reading. Now Sagittarius, the Cancer full moon occurs on the 13th of January 2025 in your 8th house. Sun will be in the sign of Capricorn in your 2nd house, so your 2nd and 8th house axis is activated during this full moon. Now, the full moon conjuncts Mars. So, Mars is also in the eighth house for you in the sign of Cancer. So, there's a lot of intensity where your eighth house energy is concerned. Now, eighth house is a house of shared resources, it's a house of transformation, it's a house of debt repayment, it's a house of emotional bonds, deeper connections, shared values, and all that. So, here with the full moon in the eighth house, something will come to understanding or culmination or realization around your shared resources, shared finances, and all that. So, this could be an opportunity to transform your life on a deeper level, Sagittarius. Now, there can be a realization of some sort of crisis as well that can help you restart your life. Now, it's important to liberate yourself from any unhealthy patterns or people or anything that is not good for you and replace it with something positive which can help you grow going forward. Now, full moon here can also lead to physical and psychological transformation as well, because eighth house is a house of transformation and full moon is a very emotional time. So this can really affect your emotional bonds, your financial bonds, and all that. So if you are in a business partnership with somebody, or even with your spouse or partner, anybody you are connected to on a deeper level or on a financial level, there is some sort of transformation coming in that area. So definitely your intimacy, your sense of security, all that is in focus during this time. Now, if there are any issues related to other people's money, that can come up as well. So if you have an opportunity to settle any outstanding debt, repay any debts, do take this opportunity to do that. Now, this is a very emotional time with the full moon in the eighth house. So you may feel vulnerable as well during this time. And there can be some sort of issues around your own mental well-being. So it's very important to take a break and really, focus on your healing journey. If you need support from others, do ask for support, do reach out and really release any past emotional baggage or emotional bonds in order to, move forward with a future version of yourself so that you can thrive going forward, Sagittarius. Now, with this eighth house full moon energy, if there are any serious matters around finances, this is a good time to gain clarity in order to move forward. Now, obviously, your own personal finances are also in the mix with the sun in your second house during this time. So it's very important to understand what you need going forward, and this is both on financial and personal level, and develop and reassess any partnership that may be dragging you down, and really focus on what you need in order to grow going forward, Sagittarius. Thank you. Hello Capricorns, welcome to your Cancer full moon reading. Now Capricorn, the Cancer full moon occurs on the 13th of Jan 2025 in your 7th house. Sun is in your sign in your 1st house, so your 1st and 7th house axis is in focus during this time. Now Mars is also conjunct in your 7th house. So Mars is with the moon, with the full moon in the 7th house, in the house of relationship for you. So your relationship matters, partnership, both business and personal, are in focus during this time, Capricorn. Now this is a time to reevaluate your relationship, Capricorn. Something will come to realization, something will come to culmination, to an ending that will help you move forward. Now, this is a good time to reassess your partnership, to see what is working and what is not working. And this can also lead to culmination or ending in unhealthy relationship situation that is not good for you. It's good to walk away from something that is unhealthy for you, Capricorn. Or you could also be deepening a connection during this time due to realization of patterns and behaviors that are unhealthy on your side as well as on other people's side during this time. So do not brush anything under the rug during this time. Have honest conversation, share your feelings, be open about what you feel, and also set boundaries in order to protect, in order to feel more stable going forward. Now, seventh house is also the house of business partnership. So here there can be some sort of ending or culmination in a business partnership as well. Or you could be starting some sort of business partnership due to some sort of clarity coming your way. Now, do express your emotions during this time. And if feelings get really intense, it's very important to really set those boundaries and negotiate in a healthy way. Now, Mars is also in the seventh house. Now, Mars moved in the sign of Cancer in September, the first week of September 2024, and was in your seventh house until first week of November 2024. But then it moved in the sign of Leo, and then it retrograded the sign of Leo. Now it's back in the sign of Cancer in January 2025 in a retrograde motion. So that is a time of reflection. So you're reflecting on relationship, reassessing relationship and all that. So this is a time to really understand what your needs are in relationship and strengthen the ones that are healthy and release the ones that are not fulfilling anymore, Capricorn. So definitely with this full moon in your seventh house, something around relationship will come to a culmination or realization or understanding, or there will be an opportunity to either reconnect, redefine, or start new relationship after understanding what your needs are going forward, Capricorn. Thank you. Hello Aquarius, welcome to your Cancer full moon reading. Now Aquarius, the Cancer full moon occurs on the 13th of Jan 2025 in your 6th house. The sun will be in the sign of Capricorn in your 12th house. So your 6th house and 12th house axis is in focus during this time, with some sort of clarity, realization, revelation, or culmination coming in your 6th house matter. Now, 6th house is a house of your health and habits. It's a house of work, daily routines, responsibilities, and all that. So here with this full moon, there can be some sort of cycles coming to a culmination during this time where your health matters or your habits are concerned. Now, this can mean an end to a health issue or a bad habit as well that you have been wanting to break for some time. So this is a good time to kind of reassess and reevaluate and make changes where your health and your daily life is concerned. So do put down some sort of plan, maybe a workout plan or a health regime or diet plan, whatever that might be, to help you improve your health going forward. Now, this is a good time to also focus on your mental well-being, just overall well-being. So if you are overworking or overcommitting yourself or taking extra hours, stressing yourself, this is a good time to release all that as well. And do set firm boundaries and ask for help and support if you need, Aquarius. So definitely it's a good time to build new habits and also organize your life. 6th house is a house of productivity and usefulness. So this can also mean, organizing your life better, your daily life, your schedules and routines and all that. If you have taken on too much, this is a good time to streamline that and connect with the ones that is healthy and is helping you grow. Now, 6th house is also related to your work, your job, your work environment, your colleagues and all that. So here there can be some sort of culmination or ending around these matters as well. So you could be changing job, quitting job, or maybe some sort of improvement around your work condition, work environment, colleagues and all that. This could mean finishing a work project as well. Now, routines may seem mundane during this time, so you want to make some changes, and this is a good opportunity to reassess and bring these changes. Now Mars is also in the 6th house, so this is going to give you that added push to make these changes, because Mars in 6th house is very good to make these daily changes, and really help you understand where an energy needs to be spent in order to improve your situation. Now, Mars here can also bring conflict in work's environment with colleagues and all that, or with authority figure. So just be mindful of that energy and make positive changes that can really help you stick to a sort of a long-term change in your life and bring some order in your life going forward. So definitely it's a great time to engage in healthy way of doing work, or habits as well, and which can really help develop a future version of yourself that you're happy with, and that is more fulfilling, Aquarius. Thank you. Hello Pisces, welcome to your Cancer full moon reading. Now Pisces, the Cancer full moon occurs on the 13th of January 2025 in your 5th house. The sun will be in the sign of Capricorn in your 11th house. So your 11th house and 5th house energies are in focus, is activated during this full moon. Now Mars is also in your 5th house in the sign of Cancer. So this is a very intense full moon, very active full moon. So there's a lot of changes, endings, realization, revelation, culmination occurring in your 5th house matter. Now, 5th house is the house of self-expression, of creativity, romance, children, pleasure, and all that. So this full moon in your 5th house can bring some dramatic ending or understanding where your 5th house energy is concerned. Now, this can mean an end to a creative venture or a project that you have been working on, some sort of end to a romantic situation. So if you were engaging in any sort of passion project or something that is of personal interest, that can either come to an end, or this full moon can give you an opportunity to reassess and reevaluate any creative ventures during this time. Now, 5th house is also the house of your children. So there can be some sort of changes around your children as well, Pisces. Now, this 5th house full moon can also give you a boost in passion. You may want to go out and have fun, because 5th house is a house of fun, joy, pleasure as well. So here you may desire to go out and have fun as well. Now, if you have any personal goals or creative goals and all that, this is a great time to really look into those as well and kind of create a plan going forward that can help you or inspire you to follow your heart going forward, Pisces. So definitely there's going to be a surge of creative energy around this time, and this can really be very fulfilling going forward if you engage in these. Now, 5th house is also the house of your inner child. So here, definitely do engage in anything that really brings that out in you, Pisces. Now, obviously, it's a house of children. So there can be some sort of realization, understanding around your children as well, if you have any. Now, with Mars in the 5th house, there can be a lot of energy spent in the 5th house matter. Now, Mars moved in the sign of Cancer first in September 2024 and was there in your 5th house in the sign of Cancer until first week of November 2024. Then it moved in the sign of Leo, and then it retrograded back. In January 2025, it's back in your 5th house in the sign of Cancer. So there's an intense desire to pursue a passion project or creative project and all that. Now, this can also mean starting a business that is focused on your creative energy and all that, or just engaging in something that is your heart's desire, something that is fulfilling for you, Pisces. So do use this time to be a bit more carefree and let your inner child out as well, Pisces. And at the end of the day, find a balance between others and yourself as well during this time, and really engage with what brings satisfaction and fulfillment and meaning in your life, Pisces, going forward. Thank you.